CJ, how does it feel to be back and be fully participating?
Oh yeah, like I just told my man over there, man, I'm extremely blessed to be able to have an opportunity to come out here in the maroon and white. Get to spend one more year with these boys, being a good role model, being like a coach to these younger players, getting able to get a chance to finish my master's degree. I'm just extremely blessed to come out here. I didn't think I'd get a chance to play football again after I hurt my knee, but here I am. So feeling blessed.
What are some things you try to tell some of those younger players?
Play the hand that you're dealt. Things might not be going your way. You might feel like you're getting, you get placed at the bottom of the totem pole sometimes, but it's all right. It makes you feel accomplished when you work your way up. You feel like you earned it. You know what I mean?
Some of these younger guys like Dylan Lawrence and Janari Dean, they've been here for a year or two now. What are you seeing from them now that maybe it's their turn to kind of get into the two deep?
Oh yeah, especially since they were both injured last year, relatively early in the season. They didn't get a chance really to showcase what type of talents they have. So now over the course of the offseason and spring ball, they've been able to show what they can do, and they prove that they're really good players. So they'll get their chances to get out in the field and show the world and the SEC what they can do this year.
Your first game this year is against your home state team in Louisiana Tech. Do you know any guys over there, and is it going to be fun?
Yeah, I know quite a few guys over there. A few guys I played high school ball with, a few guys I played high school ball against, and we talk trash to each other, on the field, off the field. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun going against those guys from my home state.
One of your previous matchups against them, the fumble play, 3rd and 93 or whatever. Do you still remember that, and do you still think about that play?
Every time I go home, I see one of my friends from La Tech, and they never let me live it down. Neither does my family, so it'll definitely be something I remember until the day I die, for real.
Knock on wood, you guys can hopefully stay away from the injury bug this year, but you weren't alone last year. Fred went down, Dylan got hurt, Janari got hurt in camp. Just having all those fresh bodies right now, it seems like it's a 180 as far as depth. Yes,
sir. Yeah, and like you said, it's a whole 180 as far as depth goes. So the more depth we have, it's better for everybody. A guy gets tired that plays a significant amount of reps, he tap his helmet out, get the next guy in. So that'll help us out a whole bunch as far as immediately and as far as longevity goes. And by the time the next season's over with, those guys that didn't get that many reps will get a lot of reps in the following season, and they'll be experienced and they'll know how football works. You know what I mean?
What are some of the lessons that you've learned being around the SEC for so long that you can impart to the younger players?
Taking one day, one practice, one game, 1 month, one season at a time. It's a long career. I feel like I've been here 12 years, man, for real. I've sat behind some really good players, from Jonathan Abram, first round draft pick, to Brandon Bryant. At times it seemed like I wasn't going to get my turn, but cars shift. Your role on the team shifts, and whenever your number's called, just be ready. I feel like I said that years ago. Just be ready when your time is called.
Earned a scholarship. Take us through when you found out and what that felt like.
I found out probably really the first week we got back in January. Coach Brock had kind of talked to me about it a little bit. Nothing was set in stone. I wasn't going to get my hopes up too much, And but yeah, about that first week we got back in January, I got a phone call. They said, "Congrats, here it is." And I was ecstatic. Felt like it was well earned, but like stay humble and just say thanks.
How much fun was that phone call to mom and dad?
It was fun.
What kind of went into the transit, or kind of take us through those conversations that led from obviously played defensive end last year, going and moving you to Sam linebacker. Talk about those conversations and how all that went down.
It was kind of spur of the moment. Just came in on that Sunday, and it was, hey, we're going to try you out at Sam, see what happens. I know you're not going to know the plays real well. I know, it's not going to be something you pick up right now, but just try it out and see what happens. So it's kind of how I ended up there.
You and Jordan kind of switch positions. You guys talk, help each other out with advice?
So, like I said, it's pretty much the same terminology we were using, same kind of concepts, but
You started out as a guy on special teams, and you end up, being on the two deep in the ball game, making some big plays. Had a huge play there, I believe a sack in that ball game. Kind of maybe take us through your journey. I mean, you come in here as a walk-on, and now you've earned a scholarship. And did you ever have moments where you doubted this day would ever come?
Yeah, everybody, has those moments where they doubt it, but, work hard, do what you're supposed to do what your coach should do what you're capable of doing, eventually you'll get to that point, and that's kind of all fell into play.
You're not alone in that area because, I mean, we just talked to Brody King, and obviously Jay Jemison had some big plays last year. I mean, being a walk-on on this team isn't like a normal walk-on. It doesn't mean you're not going to contribute, obviously.
Right. That's what I've told these young guys. You know, I'm like, I mean, once you step on this campus, everybody's equal. You know, it's not 5-star, no star. I was this guy, I was that guy. You know, it just kind of levels the playing field, and everybody starts from zero.
It's going to be like a scrimmage tomorrow. Y'all do a lot of scrimmage work in practice, but what is it going to be like to knock heads tomorrow at the state?
It's going to be fun. I'm ready to tackle somebody to the ground, see what happens.